Your gut is your second brain, and that is why poor gut health will affect almost every part of your body. And new studies have strongly linked depression, mood changes, and certain skin problems to unhealthy gut. And so it is very important for us to always protect our gut. You see, your gut is a long tube of pipe that transports food from your mouth all the way to your anus. And it has different segments where digestion and absorption of nutrients occurs. Inside the gut, you have a lot of bacteria and some small organisms that helps to break down the food and turn it into nutrients so that your body can use. These bacteria or the microorganisms are mostly found in the part of your gut we call colon or the large intestine. And studies have shown that there are more bacteria in one person's colon than we have people in this world. And this is very important because it is the activities of these microorganisms that promote our overall well-being. The activities of these microorganisms is what helps your gut to produce vitamins, feel-good hormone, which is serotonin, and also a crucial substance we call short-chain fatty acids. All these substances together in effect will help to boost your brain health, promote immunity, and support digestion. These substances will also help reduce inflammation.
And so it is very important for us to always eat in a way that improve our gut health. The best way to increase your gut efficiency and how well it will function is to feed the microbes in your gut and also increase the population of the good ones.
And how do you do that? The primary food your gut microbes or microorganisms want is fiber. And so we must always eat fiber-rich foods. Foods like oats, brown rice, wheat, whole breads, fruit and vegetables, and all other foods that contain fiber is what we must be eating so that we can be feeding these organisms. And that is what we call prebiotics. Anything or food that feed your gut microorganisms. Now, what happens is that this fiber feeds the microorganisms, and then in return, the microorganisms ferment the fiber to produce the beneficial substances we talked about, which in effect helps to promote your overall well-being. And the fiber-rich foods contains a powerful substance we call polyphenols. These polyphenols act like antioxidants. So what happens is that the organisms feed on it and then they break it down. So when they break the polyphenols down, the body can now use it to fight infections and then use it to reduce inflammation. So you can always introduce fiber into your diet. The second thing is that you need to increase the population of your gut microorganisms, the good ones, which we call probiotics. Because the higher the population of the good microorganisms, the more efficient your gut and then the better your health. And how do you increase their population? You need to eat fermented foods. Fermented foods are known to contain these good microorganisms that are so beneficial to us. And so when you come to our local settings, you have fermented foods like kenke, banku, you have cocoa, you have wagashi, you have spices like dawadawa, you have yogurt. You can also take yogurt. Of course, you take the unsweetened one, not the one with a lot of sugars. These foods are known to have these good microorganisms. And the cocoa, to take the cocoa with fiber, the mole cocoa or the corn dough porridge. When you buy the dough or the mole, please use it like that to prepare the porridge with it. Don't sieve out the fiber because the microorganisms also need the fiber. And then we have our local drinks like Fura, Asana, and Burkina. These are also known to contain the good microorganisms. But of course, I have my reservations for these drinks, largely due to food safety and the amount of sugars used in this product. So if you think that you trust the source and food safety is 100% and it also contains minimal amount of sugars, then of course you can take them to help improve or increase the population of your gut microbes. These foods are so good for our health. However, we need to also take them in moderation because when you take in larger quantity, the amount of calories can also affect your gut health. So moderation is very key. Now, there are certain foods that damage your gut. And so we need to be very much aware of these foods. You have foods like ultra processed foods, sugary foods, and foods that contain unhealthy fats. What these foods does to your gut is that they irritate your gut, and then they also harm the good microorganisms that will help improve your health. And so you need to limit the intake of this food. And if you can, avoid them, because that will be so beneficial to your gut. You can also do the following to improve your overall gut health. You need to drink enough water. You need to eat gradually. And please try and limit or avoid foods that will cause you discomfort or will bloat your stomach, or foods that you don't tolerate. Okay? If possible, speak to a specialist so that they give you alternatives of those foods. It is very, very crucial. So in summary, the episode 1 is encouraging you to improve your gut health. And the two major ways to do that is to eat prebiotics, which is fiber foods, and also eat probiotic foods, which means foods that contain the good microorganisms. Thank you so much for watching this video, and stay tuned for the next episode.